Did you miss me? This is bad lighting. Hi, you guys. Hi, you guys. This lighting is awful. You guys, tag your friends in here. Let's fucking get it poppin'. Let's get it poppin'. Let's see who's up. I'm supposed to tag my boy. Let me type it in. There we go. Boom. You guys tag some people in here so we can get it poppin'. Poppin'. That used to be one of my favorite Chris Brown songs. She keep it on and poppin'. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I'm getting under the covers, y'all, because you know I'm tropical. Hustle was supposed to be joining me, but of course he's bullshitting, talking about he didn't know what time was going on. I already waited 20 extra minutes waiting on his ass. Couldn't wait anymore, so we doing this shit, okay? Before we get started, let me see. What does my shirt say? Shout out Colin Kaepernick for sending me this. Oh, speaking of, I posted the big box that he sent me. This lighting is bad, y'all. Do y'all hate it? Is it as bad as it looks? Or no, it's all right. Let me show you this too. How to flip this camera around. There we go. Boom. Okay, so this is like a stencil. You see this? And he sent me spray paint to spray paint it with. Like little mini ones. It's red, black, and green. How cool is this? I cannot fucking wait to tag some shit. I feel like a graffiti artist or something right now. Like, I'm ready to go tag some shit and risk going to jail. Kidding. Hee. Kidding. Les, when you get in here, if you get in here, look at the light, y'all. Look at it. Oh, it's hating. Oh, right here. Oh, there we go. Right here. That's where we at, right there. Oh, bam. Okay, I'm glowing this shit. Hey, Ra. Is anybody in here? Let me see who's asking to come up. Is there anybody in here that wants to promote their Black-owned business? Anyone. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Is there anyone? Raise your hand. It's Black History Month, you guys. Happy Black History Month, Black folks. My son was asking me how they chose February for Black History Month, and I was like, I have no clue. But it's the worst month. Like, first of all, it's cold as shit in February, and it's the shortest month of the whole year, so we got the short end of the stick. I want Black History Month to be in June because that's like Juneteenth. That's our Independence Day. And, you know, June is just cool. My birthday's in June. It's hot in June everywhere. You ain't black, but you want to... I ain't black, but I want to support my business. But what? Okay, it's not about you, white man. I'm glowing. I am in a great space. Nobody wants to promote their black business, huh? Nobody? Oh, it's not hot in Canada in June? What's the temperature? What is it like in Canada? Everybody always mistypes my name as Mike. I get it. Hey, thank you. Thank you, guys. It's all good. So nobody wants to promote a black business. These hands are raised for promo. Oh, wait, what? Negative 20 in June? No way. No. No way. No way. Black History Year would be great. I mean, we are the world's history, to be honest with you. Black people are. We are everybody's history. We started this motherfucking shit, and this is the motherfucking thanks we get. Wow. Anyways, all right, so do you guys want me to just tap into these topics? Does anybody want to come talk to me about some of these other topics since Hustle's bitch ass ain't in here? Who wants to chime in on some topics? Because I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 topics that you guys sent me to talk about. Raise your hand only if you want to talk. Well, hit the little thing to come on live with me if you want to talk. If you want to ask a question, you hit that question mark too. But I have my topics already. Hustle, Ra, you already know Hustle always on some bullshit. Always on some bullshit. So I had to do this without him because I missed y'all. I haven't talked any sports and bullshit with y'all in a while. I already know it's cold everywhere in February. This is not about a debate. You guys want to... I'm about to get off because y'all getting on my nerves. Do you guys want to talk about these topics that you guys sent me? Yes or no? Okay? But I don't want to talk to myself. So... I'm trying to... Where is Les, by the way? Man, I do not know where Hustle... Actually, I do know where he is. He's at a sports bar talking about he's picking up his food. And he's getting ready to leave. And I've been told him what time was going on, Matt, and he's bullshit. Matt, you want to come on? You want to come take his place? You want to come holler at me? You're a great sports and bullshit debater. Let me know. Hit the little request button, Matt, and I'll tag you in. Hustle is in LA too, by the way. Ra. He done moved to LA. So he's out there. But anyways, while we wait a little bit longer, I wanted you guys to know that for the month of February, I'm attempting to spend $4,000, $1,000 a week on Black-owned small businesses. And how you get your business bought on or notified is you have to tag me on a post or at me or DM it to me. I'm going to be looking at everything, doing my very, very best to catch as many ads and mentions and tags and DMs as I can of any small Black-owned businesses. Now, let me just tell you guys about some of the errors you're making. So when you tag me and it's in my mentions or, whatever, I can easily go to that and, link in the bio. Some of the businesses that you guys are tagging me on, their link in their bio is good, but it's like fraudulent, like something's wrong with the link. And then a lot of the people are sold out of like everything. I saw a couple of things on some people's websites that I really wanted, but they were sold out, and they didn't even have my size and some of the clothes, so I couldn't buy anything. Some of the other mistakes that you guys are making is you're DMing me and you're just telling me the name. So you think I'm about to go Google it and pull up the website? No. You got to send that link to me. It's got to be an Instagrammable, clickable something. I'm not doing a lot of work to go spend my money. I'm not. So if you really want your business to be looked at or your friend's business or whatever, make it as easy for me as possible, because yesterday I spent almost $1,000 and a lot of people just didn't get in because y'all not doing it right. You're just not doing it right. Who is this? Sent a request. Man, Hustle. Let me see if this nigga, because he bullshitting.
Who is this? What's up, Renee?
I know it better not be loud in there.
No, it's loud, quiet as hell here.
Where
Can
the
you?
hell you at?
I'm at the little taco spot, man. Watching the game.
You swear you
I,
a LA nigga going to taco spots now and shit.
no, I'm in Dallas though. I came
Oh,
home
you went to Dallas?
I came home for a few days. You were having a Super Bowl party?
No, I'm not.
No point. So I came to Dallas for a few days.
I was just, I don't know if you heard, I was just talking shit about you. I wanted to do it in your face. So you don't feel like I'm talking behind your back.
I'm used to it. You're a messy motherfucker.
You a fucking lying ass nigga. I specifically typed when I was going on and you gonna say, I'll be ready.
I thought you said after the doubleheader. When you
You
mentioned
thought
two
I
guys,
said what?
yeah,
Or did you misread
I
your eyeballs?
misread. No, I read what I
Okay.
read. But the Blazers, the Wizards, but
Listen,
that's
I have things I can't be on here late tonight. I have things to do. I have other things I have to get done.
all right.
So I
Well,
had to hurry up to get on.
let's get to it.
Let's get to it. All right. Do you know anything about what happened with the stock market, Robinhood, any of that shit?
Man, I see it on Facebook, but I don't know about that. I don't know about stocks like that. I got about $500 in my Forex account. I was scared to use. They got too many coins now. You got Bitcoin, Donald Coin, Mint Coin. Come on, man.
There's a lot going on. I don't really, I was hoping that you had a little more knowledge on it. I talked to my financial advisor about it briefly, but
Uh-huh.
what it sounds like is a bunch of rich hedge fund people try to block out regular folks from buying some of these stocks, some of these things that kind of fell. It seemed like some type of fuckery was taking place, and the rich tried to block the non-rich from tapping in,
Are you
and
serious?
it was illegal. It appears illegal, but everything this country does is illegal. Like, so
Man,
it's like we got people like banks creating fraudulent accounts, stealing money, and then they don't even go to jail. But if you go steal some money out of a bank, they're taking your black ass right to jail.
everything's built in blood in America. Everything
Yeah.
built on blood and sweat of other people. Yeah. They turn bad money good, bad blood money good, and act like they've been good people their whole life.
Yeah. I mean, I leave a lot of that discussion. If I see something that I feel like I can win on or I'm gonna lose on, then that's when I get involved. But I don't fool with Robinhood. I don't fool with none of the small industries for my investing and all that stuff. I'm actually with the white people. So I'm with the I'm with the rich.
Wow.
I'm on the other side. But that doesn't mean I don't speak truth, you know what I'm saying, and how fucked up it is in the fuckery that takes place, you know?
It depends.
Yeah. So
It depends. Did you watch the game?
yes, we're gonna get into some of this other stuff first before we start talking sports because we have to attack some of these other topics. That was just one of them. Another one was talking about, since we've been on, Biden has become president. We haven't talked about that. How do you feel about
Mm-hmm.
Biden being president?
He white. No, I'm asking, like, because we acting like, I, see, I don't know, I'm different, man. I told you how I feel now. I feel like I'm enlightened. I mean, shit, the only difference between Biden and Trump is Trump don't give a fuck about the world knowing how he really feels. Everybody else is trying to hide it. That's just what it is. Like, Biden is like Antonio Brown, Terrell Owens. I mean, not Biden, Trump. Trump is like an Antonio Brown, Terrell Owens. He's one of those guys that they do and don't give a fuck about what you think. That's where he falls.
I talked
God
to
damn.
you know who my son is?
Yes.
I talked to him today, and here's how he explained it to me. And this is why he was so up everybody's ass to vote for Biden. He says that Trump creates a bigger problem for us as a country, meaning like Russia coming to attack us, and then also him, putting a battery in the back of the police to come attack us, where Biden isn't doing that. So he's
Man,
basically taking that road, saying even though like Biden's signed all these executive orders in his first couple of weeks as president, but none of them are, directed at foundational Black Americans, which and all of these people are like, well, it's for minorities, but minorities were not slaves. Black people were.
true.
So I don't give a shit about him signing stuff on minorities. That's for Asians, Indians, Spanish, Europeans, all these other people that had nothing to do with being a slave in this country and have nothing to do with being killed by police and have nothing to do with just the generational issues that we have as a people. And so until I see something done for us specifically, I don't really care. Yes, Trump was worse in the aspect of like putting the battery in the back of the police and calling athletes, motherfuckers and just being ignorant. He's ignorant. He has no clue what he's doing as president. He doesn't care. Yes. But at the end of the day, nothing is gonna happen better for us.
That's how I feel. I feel like I don't know. I feel like when Obama was president, how many black people got killed when he was the president?
A lot.
I'm just asking. You make how many cops killed? So all this notion that Trump putting his battery, I don't fall in that. I don't believe that he's putting a battery. White people ain't like this forever. That's how it always been. The only
No,
difference
no,
now,
he's
so
putting like when you hear your president condoning something, it's almost like it makes it okay.
they
You know?
already been doing this and feeling like it
Well,
forever.
we didn't have a president doing what he's doing. That's the thing.
I'm saying
We
that
didn't.
he just no. I'm telling you, all these things have been happening regardless of who's been president. The only difference is Trump is he just don't give a fuck about letting y'all know that he don't give a fuck about it happening. It happened
Yeah.
when Obama was president. Obama let us know he didn't give a fuck about it happening because what did he do? He passed laws for gay people. His number one thing is Obamacare and what he did for gay rights. That's just facts. I'm not knocking it. It is what it is. I'm just stating that regardless of what happens, us as black people, man, we last. They plan to put us like it doesn't matter. Like, come on,
Yeah.
man.
And
Just,
we're talking about that as well. We're talking about there will always this is the capitalist country, actually a corporation. Somebody's got to be at the bottom. And I say, whoever are the weakest link should be at the bottom, whether you white, black, Asian, Hispanic, whatever. It shouldn't just be us. And until this country is that type of capitalistic country, it'll never be for us because it doesn't matter what we do, we're at the bottom. It doesn't matter how rich you are. If you get pulled over by a cop, he's going to see you. A lot of these cops, even black cops, see you as a nigga. And your life doesn't matter, you know?
I, I,
So,
I'm conflicted right now. I'm being honest with you. I am conflicted. I feel like the things that I say, probably, people look at me probably like I'm crazy because I don't share the beliefs that everybody else shares. It's
mhm.
just honest to God truth. I feel like we make it a focus. It's just like me. For instance, I grew up with two crackhead parents. They've been smoking drugs since I was 7.
Mhm.
Since I was 7, I raised my. So it's like that's like me saying, no, that's just what I'm up against. So I know that. All I can do is how can I fight it and find a way to fight it. We know what it is. It's the same thing with us. We talking about race and we talking about that. Why are we even talking about that? That's not going nowhere and it's not changing. And we ain't dying for it. So
Yeah.
we ain't dying for it. This is just what we're up against. So now you got to play by their rules and try to find a way to be successful playing within their rules. If not, go die for it. That's just how life works. That's mostly everything in life. What are you willing to do to change it? If you're not
Mhm.
willing to do what it takes for you to change it, really none of this shit really matters. Fall in line and try to find a way to be successful within the realms of corporate America, white America, or whatever it is, or we need to have another Martin Luther King or another Malcolm X or another Stokely or another. You know what I'm saying? We haven't had one of those in a while.
Because they kill them, and our real leaders are now like athletes and singers and rappers,
Yeah.
people that haven't been called to this assignment of, being an activist for their people. We have people that are still controlled by their money, by their wallet, being dragged around on a leash by their wallet. And so you can't really be a leader and have to worry about where your next dollar is coming from. That's not what
Yeah.
leaders do.
Yeah. Leaders.
And
Yeah.
so it's no disrespect to the athletes and the rappers and the celebrities that are trying to do for the people. It's just that's not your calling. And as soon as somebody get to banning you or get to um, canceling you, suddenly that leadership should go out the door, because that's not really your calling. Your calling is your money. You just happen to be passionate about your people, and that's good. But you're not a leader. You're not a real leader,
Let me make you a
because
minute.
that comes before all of the other things that you do.
But that brings me to another thing. That's a problem with us as black people. I
Yeah.
told you, we the leaders we follow. We only reason we follow them as leaders because they're financially successful. They're
Mm-hmm.
fiscally successful. We not following the leader because he's a leader of the people. He's speaking what's right. Those people, we're gonna find holes in anything about them. Anything about them, because we so financially motivated in this world. This is a capitalist society that
That's
we
what we've
don't
been
even
taught.
know. We don't know what a leader is. We're following whoever's successful. When I say successful, I ain't talking about mentally, how they character, ethics, and morals line up. How financially successful they are. That's who we follow.
Yeah. Shannon Sharp had a segment. I didn't catch the whole show. I don't really watch the show anymore like I used to, but I caught a segment where they were talking about Tom Brady supporting Donald Trump, and nobody had a problem with it. But the minute an athlete supports Minister Farrakhan, he's getting fined. He got to apologize. He got to say all kind of stuff. And what's the difference? But I don't see what the difference is outside of one being white and one being black.
See,
You know?
that's what it comes. That's why I say man. Rodan asked a question in the group. What crowns anyone as a good leader? What makes a person as a leader? What will make for us? What will make a person qualify as a leader?
You can't be pussy about anything. The truth has to be what you stand on, no matter what happens to you. You got to be willing to die telling the truth. That's how you start.
Man.
And once you get to that point, then after that, everything else just kind of falls into place. That when you solid like that, they was fine with Martin Luther King marching and being peaceful. He got killed because he started to take a turn. He was about to start talking about how we shouldn't be
Trying to
integrated.
kiss
We need to be
kiss the
segregated. We need to
yeah.
fight back. We need to let them know we're not going to just keep getting punched in the face and turn the other cheek. That's why he was killed. As long as he was peaceful, the white man was okay with that. But the minute he didn't want to be peaceful anymore and started saying, I feel like I've integrated my people into a burning house, then they was like, oh shit, this nigga waking up. We got to kill him.
Like or we're gonna bring
Yeah.
something to light and bring something to make us paint them in a negative light, because us as black people, man, it's like we be ready to turn on the motherfucker. We be
Yeah.
ready to turn on the motherfucker like we perfect. Any mistake, nah.
Yeah. I hear people all the time saying like, oh, you supported Martin Luther King. Didn't you know he cheated on his wife? So fucking what? The fuck that got to do with how great he was at the rest of his life, nigga? So when he got some pussy on the side, he deserved that pussy. You know how much work he was doing? Are you crazy?
Hey, he deserved the pussy.
Hell yeah, he deserved some side pussy. Walking all them miles on that damn bridge and shit. Somebody
Man,
should have had bitches sucking his dick as soon as he got across that bridge.
bro,
Period.
you was ignorant. Hey, I know Martin Luther King was low key a celebrity, no bullshit.
Yeah, he
Man.
was.
And the way he talked with that old voice, I bet the bitches used to be like, give me the voice, Martin.
I
Give me the
know. What
voice,
if he
Martin.
sucked the dick with that voice?
uh,
I
uh,
think you're sucking my dick really good. There, Charlotte. Oh, he used the
I
minister
could,
voice when he
boy,
come.
boy, you there? I'm coming now, Lord. Our
We ain't
voice,
shit,
man.
man.
That's y'all wrong. That's some scumbag shit
Oh
right there.
man, there's so many black people that did a lot of great things for us that don't get a lot of recognition. I'm gonna try my best to shed some light on other people that aren't as famous and aren't as popular. My son asked me, what am I doing for Black History Month? Like, what are the things that I'm doing for my people of Black History Month? So I told him that I was buying black. I'm spending $4 grand this month on small black owned businesses. I told him that I was also going to heavily educate my people via social media, of course, on our history. And the third thing is give them different people to look at as, revolutionaries and important people in our culture that aren't talked about. We have a lot of popular people. We keep recirculating the same names, the same people, and there's nothing wrong with that. But there was so many more of us, so many more entrepreneurs and business people even that fought, like just owning a business, just having a business back then. You had to go through some shit. And so there's just a lot of people that I want to shed light on
Yeah,
uh,
and,
this month.
hey, I really want to know if this stuff is true now. You know how every time you go on Facebook or social media, you see something like, on this day, this person, this black man owned this or he did this. They always got a paragraph, of something about black history. I got to start Googling. I want to know if that shit
Yeah,
true.
yeah, yeah. Let's move
What
on
up,
to
Aaron?
another topic though. Um, I don't want to talk about COVID. I don't. I was going
Okay,
to talk about how they
before we
doing them
move
anal.
on, before we
They
move
was gonna,
on,
they doing. They're gonna be doing anal swabs now.
who?
Anal swabs for COVID tests.
They trying to make everybody gay.
Yeah, I'm cool, and I'm not. I don't do anal anyway, but I'm just cool on anybody touching my booty hole that's not in a sexual manner.
Yeah,
Like,
you don't. Yeah, no anal at all.
what you need anal for when you got a
Oh,
wop wop wop?
oh. Well, what about when you bleed?
And that's what I got a mouth for.
Oh, okay. Talk that shit then, Renee. Yeah, you mean? Let them know. Goddamn, let them know. Goddamn. Ooh.
What was I say? Damn, my group chat blowing up. Let's talk about Ti and Tiny. This
Is
is a
that
big
true?
topic. Nobody knows because the people, only one person is like coming forward. Everybody else is anonymous. So, first of all, if you're not trying to file any charges against somebody, what is the purpose? You know? Like, and I don't know if it's just a smear campaign. The only thing that I can go, I will say this. I hate not defending or stand. Oh, let me mute this fucking. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Okay,
you.
I hate like not standing up for victims. Like I want every victim to be heard, and I'm calling them a victim before I even know if they're a victim. Some women lie, but I want to hear everybody's story, right? And then I also want men to have a voice as well. I want them to be able to say, "This bitch lied on me." You know what I mean? Because a lot of times what happens is if, like, for example, T.I. and Tiny have a past that, people clearly know that they have sex parties and threesomes and they swing and they with the shits.
Ooh, that's me.
So it makes it easy to believe that they was into some fuckery, but to say that somebody raped somebody, to force drugs down them, that molestation, assault, pulling guns on people for pussy, like
They're trying
I
to get money.
find it hard to believe that Ti, a man who I know pays for pussy and can get it for free as well, is doing these things. It doesn't mean it's not happening, but I just find it very, very hard to believe. What do you think?
I don't think that shit true. It could be true, but I really, really, really don't think it's true. Because, man, in today's society, women
Mhm.
don't make men wait for pussy no more. Ain't no 6 months or 30 months. Man, the first and second day, most of the time, she coming on with that shit. I don't see why nobody doing all that extra shit. Not nobody with money.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Ain't nobody looking. Come on, man. Ain't nobody. That shit crazy. They been millionaires their whole life. What they gotta do some shit with some low level?
I'm
I
not
don't know.
saying because you're a millionaire you won't do any fuckery. I'm just saying this type of fuckery is. I would need more proof. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying. I don't see
I
any proof.
got
It's
to.
all hearsay, and it's very offensive and disrespectful to just believe hearsay,
They said
especially that can. What happened? What happened?
so. Somebody said they drove the price down to $40 though. I'm sorry. That was funny. I had to say.
Somebody said that's the whole concept of power.
Man,
But I get the Harvey Weinstein, but I still don't. The Me Too movement, I'm not a supporter of the Me Too movement, and the reason is because a lot of those women were talking about how they were told that they had to do these things to get something. They did those things and got something, and then told. I'm sorry. I don't care.
I ain't
I don't
rocking.
care. I don't care. I don't. If somebody held you down and said you better suck my dick, that's different than if you suck my dick, I'm gonna get you to star and roll in Spider-Man.
Or
What
or
to
or if
do?
you take the $40 and you go home. If you take the 40 and go, you lie.
Don't bring
Can't.
it up 3 years later. Don't do it.
That's a long time.
Don't do
That's a
it.
long time. My
So
boy Matt.
I'm gonna
What up, Matt?
what I'm gonna say is the girl who came forward, the main girl who I heard took a lie detector test, and she has said a lot of things. I'm not gonna say she's lying because she has come forward with her face, her name. She's standing on her word. I'm not gonna say she's lying, but these other anonymous 29 other people, I'm not rolling. I'm sorry. I'm not rolling. If you're a victim, you need to come forward so we can support you and be a true victim and tell us what happened to you, when it happened, and allow these people to, dispute what you just said or own up to it or something. But I don't, anonymous, I don't care. I'm not.
Okay, but I'm just saying this is me. I'm a man, so I can't speak on it. See, you're a woman, so speaking from a woman's perspective, because this is like the second, third time this has happened. People come out 5 years later, 10 years later, 20 years later. As a woman, do you agree? How do you feel about that?
Wait, what'd you say?
Honestly, as a woman, like when you see another woman come out and they say they've been raped, or they say this would happen, they did this, and it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago. It's like, because they
No,
say,
that doesn't bother me if it's the truth. I don't care how many years it
yeah,
was.
that's what. Okay,
It doesn't bother me if it's the truth. I feel like you can, sometimes you got to muster up the energy. I can tell you that I was molested as a child.
hmm
And it took me 7 or 8 years to tell my parents. That doesn't make it not true.
that's why I just want to
And
know.
I was
That's
an adult when I was finally strong enough to say what happened to me. So time doesn't matter. It's only if you're telling the truth. That's what matters.
but okay. But in your instance, you was a child.
Hmm.
So do you think it matters that it's somebody talking about something that happened when they 28 or 30 and they
Yeah,
40?
if it was a crime, yeah. If it was
No, I'm
rape,
saying
if it
that's
was
what I'm saying.
if it
Okay,
was
I just
rape,
want.
yeah, you have a right to tell your story. You do. I feel like sometimes that's what you need. Like people commit suicide because those that shit eats them alive that they can't say it, and it affects them mentally. They have to go to a therapist. It affects how they have relationships or how they interact with their children and everything. So I get it, and I can only speak for what I was going through, and I know that I'm stronger than most women. That's what I do know, and that's why I was able to. It only took me 7 years. Some people it takes forever, but it took me that long, and when I told, I wasn't believed.
Man,
Like my family didn't believe me, or wanted to sweep it under the rug and act like it didn't happen.
I'm
And that's
sorry
why
to
a
hear
lot
that.
of people don't tell their story, because no one's gonna believe them
I feel like
sometimes.
it. I feel like if a girl, if the, like, I feel like some of the women that get like when men beat on them and things like that happen. I feel like those be the women that something happened to them when they was kids and they didn't have a father or a male figure to like step up for them. so they let it keep happening.
Sometimes.
Sometimes I feel like that. That's how I be
Yeah,
feeling. I
but
be
that
like,
doesn't
man,
mean it didn't happen to you. And that doesn't mean you still shouldn't tell your story. It's unfortunate, but because sometimes it's out of the statutes of limitations where you can, sue somebody or take them to jail. And at that point, sometimes they just want to, it's freeing to say it out of your mouth to the world. This happened to me. And it's like an exhale. It's like a weight off of your shoulders. Like I can only describe it if it's happened to you for you to understand like how it feels to just be able to unleash that and let it go. Now, I said all that to say, bitches do be lying. Women do lie. They do.
oh my God.
So you just have to have evidence. That's the saddest part is you can't just say stuff anymore because it's like your word against theirs. And that's another reason a lot of women don't come forward because they don't have any evidence, you know? So it's tough either way. It's tough. I always listen. I listen to what everybody's saying, the male and the female, and I look at evidence. If there's no evidence, I'm on my business. There's no evidence here. So I'm minding my business. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm minding my business. The majority of the people are anonymous, and a lot of them are fake too. A lot of fake pages just tapped in and wrote bullshit to add pile on to the numbers. That doesn't mean one isn't bad. One is bad. Okay? Raping, molesting, drugging, abusing one person is bad. I don't give a
Horrible.
shit. One is bad. But I didn't see any proof. So I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna stay out of it. That's why I've been minding my business on it because I haven't seen any proof to stand on either side for anybody.
Yeah, I gotta see some proof, man. But that's hard. That's hard body, man. If that's just true.
Yes. Um, let's talk about a little bit of basketball. Before we get into the X and O's, I know you saw courtside Karen.
Yeah, I did.
What the fuck is going on?
I don't know. Man, with me, I've been on all sides of it. I feel like that's a play on. They could have just kept playing. It wasn't nothing to make it a big deal. I honestly feel like they're making it a big deal because it was LeBron. You
I
know what I'm
mean,
saying?
I get that. Yeah.
I, so I feel like it's not a big deal. The only person who has a problem with fans being fans is Russell Westbrook. Nobody else cares. Shit, this to me, he the only one get mad. Like I don't know.
I saw a clip. It's a dude named Atron. He was at the game and he was recording when the whole thing was happening, like live. And I could almost swear that one of the times when the girl stood up and was like, "Fuck you," LeBron grabbed his whole dick and shook it at her,
He
like,
probably
"Suck
did.
my dick." Yeah.
I told you I wouldn't be surprised. I'm telling you, a
LeBron grabbed
guy.
his whole junk and shook it
Yeah,
while he
LeBron
was
got
looking
pulled.
at her. I was like, "Oh my God."
LeBron got pulled, man. They don't realize. Like I'm for real. You this today give you the perfect example of how much pull LeBron got. Check this. They said we not gonna have an All Star game. Remember that, right? No All
Yeah.
Star game.
It's one now.
So when that white Karen happened, and what LeBron say? I need fan interaction. Oh, it was. I missed that. That's something I
Mhm.
needed. She shouldn't have got ejected. Soon as he say that, oh, we got an All Star game now.
I mean, but that's not how fast that happens,
Man,
right?
I don't know, man. I can name many times it happened. We can look back in the history of the game. You got to
That
realize,
fast, though, they've been
yes.
planning to do this. They had said they were contemplating it, but they didn't know which city to do it. And since Atlanta is already butt naked, wide open, why not?
No, 2 weeks ago, remember 2 weeks ago, they said they was going to vote, but
Yes.
they're not going to have a game. There's going to be a
No,
time for them to break, and they said they might use it to make up games for all the postponed games. And they're going to use it for some to break and some to make up for the
that was
game.
a lie, I believe.
Yeah, it could be, but I'm just saying. But
I
now,
believe that was a lie. I believe they always wanted to have a game, at least the game. Why
well,
not?
they're going to have it with fans.
Yeah, in Atlanta. It's going down.
I'll go too. I ain't
I'm
going to be lying to you.
there.
Cause it might be in about March, maybe. I don't know.
I'm pulling up. I don't give a damn. I just hope it's not the weekend of March 6th because I got to be in LA then. Um, somebody asked about the Brooklyn Big Three, and can they play iso ball for 4 quarters and still get to the chip? I watched that game today, and Kyrie is different, bro. Kyrie
He's
is
a,
different.
he's an animal, man.
He's different.
He's a fucking animal.
Yo,
But
but
he's still gonna lose.
they're
He
not
can be
coming out of the East.
listen to me, man.
Okay,
Russell Westbrook is
listen.
an animal.
Uh-huh.
They don't got no. He loses.
He ain't different though.
He is
He's
different,
not
nigga.
different.
Hey,
Not
man,
in
if you
that
can
kind of
hold
way.
on, if you can average a triple double, you different.
That's
That
cheating.
means you playing
He
the whole.
cheated.
No, no,
He
I'm not. I
catfished
mean,
the triple
we.
double.
That's true. But all I'm trying to tell you is this. Just like you saying, Kyrie different. If Kyrie was so different, he'd be winning.
No. It takes more than just one person. You know that.
No,
Stop
no,
playing.
no, no, no. I'm not
Stop
saying it
playing.
don't take more, but you say he's different. See, not a
Yeah.
lot of people that's different. Like
Yeah.
LeBron's different.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant, he's different.
So is Kyrie. He's different too.
No,
Stop
no,
playing.
he's a good scorer. He can score.
Yes, he's different in
Oh
scoring.
man,
Very different.
Bradley Beal can score.
I would take Kyrie's offense over Bradley Bill's any day.
I don't, but I'm not questioning whether who could take what or we can do. All I'm trying to tell you is you trying to put him in this category. You're overhyping him. That's why when he fails, it
What do you
looks
mean
like
I'm
this
overhyping him?
because they be like, "Oh, Kyrie's the best ball handler. He's the best
Who said
scorer."
that? I didn't
That's what
say
the word
that.
I'm saying. That's what everybody. He's
I
the
just
best
said he's
scorer.
different.
Okay. But expect if that's not explain different. Give me more.
Kyrie is a walking bucket.
Okay, walking bucket.
That's it. That's different. And I'm talking about whenever he wants to, he can get a bucket. Now, does that equate to championships? Does that equate to good basketball? Does that equate to someone you would want on your team on a verge to get a championship? No.
I know.
However, he's different.
I get tired. All I'm telling you is this. I don't like when people use these references saying this person's different, or you use these references to say this person's a walking bucket, or you use these references to say this person. We name all these things about this person, but they can't fucking win. What the?
That nobody talked about winning.
But that's to me. That's what makes you a walking bucket. If you a
No, it
walking
doesn't.
bucket, because scoring points is how you
James
win.
Harden is a walking bucket, and he can't win either.
Yeah, see, I don't feel like he's a walking bucket. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's something.
But he walked his way into a lot of buckets over these
Oh
last
yeah,
12
man.
years.
What are you doing in the playoffs?
It doesn't matter.
That's when I want to see that walking
We're
bucket.
not talking about the championship.
I said the playoffs.
We talking about right. No, we didn't. We not. We talking about today's game.
Yes. I look at look. I'm telling you like this. I look at today's game. It's not like when Michael Jordan played. It wasn't no talent in the league. It was a bunch of white people, Jeff Hornacek, Danny Ainges, those type of things, John Starks. It wasn't no super talent on the perimeter. They played inside out. They played slow. In today's game, look, every team got two guys that can go for like Boston has Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. You know, Lakers got Anthony Davis, LeBron James, but I'm talking about like they can go. That walking bucket shit you saying about Kyrie, yeah, that probably was true back in the 90s or
So
80s.
you're trying to tell me that Brooklyn is not going to be in the Eastern Conference Championship?
They could be the Eastern Conference Championship, but they would be in the Eastern Conference Championship if Kyrie wasn't on the team.
No, they wouldn't.
That's what. Are you what? If Kyrie's off that team and we have James Harden and Kevin Durant,
you talking about the whole? You talking about all three of them?
This Brooklyn, no, take Kyrie out that team. That same Brooklyn Nets team. If you take Kyrie out that team, they're championship contenders.
I would argue maybe not.
Oh hell no, ain't nothing stopping.
I think he helps. I think he helps them.
Kevin Durant shot the ball 13 times. Kevin Durant shot the ball 13 times tonight.
Yes.
Just to let Kyrie be cool.
Right.
If you take Kyrie off that team, and then now KD gets 30 shots, that's a total different thing. It's totally different.
Well, I think what you might be missing is the fact that you can't double Durant because Kyrie is there.
But Durant type of game, it don't matter. You can't double him.
Yes, you can double him.
He's 7 feet shooting from over the top.
You absolutely can double Kyrie. You can double anybody you want.
The truth is,
you can get the ball out of anybody's hand.
The truth is Kyrie's not a walking bucket. The truth is Kevin Durant's a walking bucket.
Kevin Durant. Why can't both be true?
Because Kevin, you can't double. If Kevin Durant catches at the 3-point, he can just shoot
You
over you.
can
He can
double
post and
him.
fade.
That's a
It's very
bad shot. Anybody can still shoot that.
no. He
Yes,
making it.
it's a bad shot.
He's making it.
It's a bad shot.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't
It's a
see it.
bad shot.
Yeah,
You
we can
got to
call
give
it a
up the
bad.
ball. If you got
I
a
mean,
good
you can
basketball
call.
IQ, you give
Yeah,
that ball up. And the
that's what you
reason
should be
that
saying about. That's what you should be saying about Kyrie.
no, I'm not. I'm either way. Anybody can. All three of them. All three of them are a problem together because they all have unique ways of scoring the ball. Is Kevin Durant the best? Absolutely. Absolutely. However, in my opinion, Kyrie is second on offense. Now, Harden is a way better point guard, meaning like facilitator. He will spread the ball around. He will share it. You know, even though he dribbles the leather off just like Kyrie. But if I'm thinking about a bucket, I would get that ball to Durant first, then Kyrie second, then Harden third. That's just my opinion.
Oh, that's true for bucket wise.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't
Yeah.
disagree with that. He come with
And,
the,
and
if
my
you want.
also, I don't have like Kyrie has these nights. He's gonna have these nights where he shoots more balls than both of them. It can be bad, but it worked out tonight because they was down 12. And I think he came out of the locker room and just said, "Fuck you," and fucking was hooping.
Like I
He
said, I
even was
don't.
playing D. Did you see him playing D?
Yeah, I seen him
I couldn't
competing.
believe it.
He did his thing. I just don't see it
Yeah.
winning. When the playoff time come and the game slow down
We'll
and the
talk
game
about
get
that then.
different, we go.
Because but you do you have the big three at least in the Eastern Conference Championship?
It's a chance.
It's a chance.
Yeah,
Who
they're
who
not
do you
locked in.
who do you think has a better chance than on the East?
I mean, we gotta let the East. We gotta let the year play out because two of the major threats to them have not been healthy all year. You gotta look at like if Miami Heat. Yes, Jimmy Butler first game back was yesterday. That was his
Mm-hmm.
first game back. So they got a lot of things to get caught up on. And then like if you look at Indiana, Indiana, TJ Warren is out. Now Karis LeVert they traded for is out. So it's like, man, it's they can lose. Those like I feel like Indiana with their size down low and Miami with their experience in shooting, they can beat them. And
So
Boston got
you've
a big
given up on Milwaukee and Toronto.
Milwaukee out of there.
And
Toronto out of there.
Toronto's out of there.
Milwaukee, Toronto losing Ibaka and Marc Gasol is big. You can try to plug in Chris Boucher and those other guys, but they got years to go to get the experience that Ibaka and Gasol got to be the players that they are. So that affects them. And then the same thing with Milwaukee. It's hard to look at Milwaukee and even talk about Milwaukee being anything because they have no accountability. It's like we talk down on Chris Middleton. We talk down on Drew Holiday because we don't want to be real about Giannis. Giannis just
Not it.
Yeah, he's just the number one
He's
option
just not it.
whose game didn't grow. That's
Yes.
just what it is. He's the number one option whose game didn't grow.
I remember I used to catch hell for talking about his game before.
Yeah.
Remember?
But we had to give him time, though. We had to give him time.
I saw it. I didn't need time. I remember I used to tell you that. I don't need no time.
Yeah.
I got it.
It's like Milwaukee always needs something.
What about
they
Philly?
always need something.
What about
now,
Philly?
Philly is a team to watch out for. We just gotta wait to see what they're gonna do when the playoffs come. Because when that game slow down, they got the shooters, but they got the shooters and they got Embiid. But we got to see what Simmons is like. We got to see what he's going to be like in the playoffs. Because, like, there's some good teams in the East. We talk about the East, the West all the time because LeBron over there, but there's some good teams in the East. Like, I really feel like Boston, Miami.
Do you remember before LeBron came to the Lakers and it was talk of him going to the West and everybody was like, if he comes to the West, he'll be nobody. He'll be a regular person. And now the whole shit is shifted. Now it's the West is done. You done with that. Same way it was in the East.
Because that's how good
he is. East, it was like, LeBron's going to the championship in the East. And let's see who's going to win the West. Now we flipped it. Do you get a lot of people are saying, and I see it as well, the Clippers appear to be gelling a little bit better this year. It looks a little bit different. Do you give them a better chance this season of getting to the championship or no?
No. I mean, they go to jail better because you get addition by subtraction. You get rid of Jermichael. You get rid of Jermichael Green. You get rid of Montrezl Harrell, and you get rid of Landry Shamet. Those are guys that you are obligated to play. That's less minutes for them. You can shorten your rotation because they were last year. They were banking on how deep their rotation was. Now
Yeah.
they can shorten their rotation, and then you see Lou Williams even get DNP sometimes, and this that. So they're giving those certain guys a lot of time to play together. But at the end of the day, it's still not going to matter because, like I said, you got to match up with LeBron and Anthony Davis, and when that small ball lineup is
No, but I'm saying not winning the West, but do you see them getting to the championship?
the Western Conference Finals.
Yes. Do
Yeah,
you
they
think
can get to the Western Conference Finals. They lost 3-1 last. They was up 3-1 last year. You know what I'm saying? They can get there
they
again.
did lose a lot of key players as well?
Now, you got Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. That's like you got your two. Long as they can, one can go for 35, another one can go for 30, 40, you got a chance to win.
Mm.
You got a chance to win. It's like, nah, they got a chance.
Okay.
I don't know. I just don't see nobody beating Lakers in
All right.
the West.
All right, let's move on to some football talk. Let's first talk about Chad Wheeler. You know who that is, right?
Who?
Chad Wheeler is the white offensive lineman from the Seahawks that allegedly assaulted his girlfriend. It's so crazy that it's just not all over the news. Isn't that crazy? Like if this was a black man, it would be trending everywhere. It wouldn't just be on ESPN. It would be everywhere. And it's just like, I didn't even hear about it. A bunch of people sent me the story, and I'm like, wait, this can't be real. So, of course, I did all my research and, dig up some stuff. I hit up some people to find out some shit, and it turns out this shit is true. And he pled not guilty in court. I would like for him to have his day in court, but fuck him, because I
Right.
feel
Got to
like
let
if
go.
black athletes get punished before the story is told and who's telling the truth and blah blah, then the same thing should happen to him. But it's just never happened. And then the fact that it was a black woman, that made it even worse because black women are just never supported, and just it was just insane that it's still to this day, right now, I ain't heard Stephen A. Smith say nothing about it. I ain't heard none of the big name people say anything. Everybody's mute. Why?
That's a big question right there. I don't know if it's because of the NFL or running them, or it's because he's white and the NFL is white. I know it got something to do with white. That's one thing I can say for sure. That has something to do with white.
Mm. It's so sad because I was thinking to myself, I was like, at some point, and it's sad to say, but this is where I'm from, somebody should beat his motherfucking ass. Period. I don't really want to wait for the court of law to let him off on this. I'm sorry. So that couldn't have been my sister. Couldn't have been my cousin. Couldn't have been my friend. I'm on everything gonna get that ass the fuck beat, and I don't care how anybody feels about it. Like, I saw the pictures of her, and the fact that this nigga choked her out and she passed out, and when she woke up, he said, "Oh, you're still alive?" He thought she was dead, and he was just chilling next to her eating dinner. Like, and I think about Ray Rice, that situation, and how he just got dogged. And I was like, maybe it's because we didn't see video. Do we need video? Is that what we need? We need to see it.
We already know what it is. It's like
It's sad.
us now. We just talking about it.
That's why we got to take things out of the courts at this point. When shit ain't going right, we got to go old school and beat niggas' asses. That's it.
Police ourselves.
Yep. Police them. If you fuck with a black woman, we should handle that as a culture. as a fucking culture. Des Bryant tweeted that nigga, added him, and said he said that if he see him, it's on sight. He said he gonna beat his ass. And you know, me and Des have had our back and forth. We've had our disagreements and our issues. We squashed our beef over that. I hit him up. I said, "Yo, my nigga, we solid. Let's be solid again." He was like that. You know, so
Straight up.
I just like the energy of it, you know, and I believe him too. I believe he want to put hands on that nigga because that shit is offensive. If you have a black mother, a wife, a sister, a friend, anything, and you see that happening to a 350-pound white man, 6'4", 350, and she's 5'8", 100, she my build, my size, and
For
the
real?
offensive line, yes, we're the same size, and
So you
a six.
saying, so he really choked her out, and then when she woke up, he said, "I thought you was dead."
Also, he beat the shit out of her. He beat her. You want to see a picture?
No, I do not.
Because I got one.
I do not want to see a picture of a woman getting beat up or none of that. Let me make it.
Let you make it. I'm going to let you make it. I ain't going to show y'all. I posted it on my story. But, oh, shit, we got to go back to some football talk real quick before we go back into this. Well, we on football. We on football.
Yeah.
Let's get into this. Screaming A. Smith said, give Tyreek Hill, give Deshaun Watson, Tyreek Hill, and Travis Kelce, and he'll be each equal to Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, that's a hard take, but I understand, but it's still a hard take to say.
How do you
Because
understand? What makes you understand that?
um,
What have you seen that tells you that?
from Deshaun Watson,
Yeah.
he's had mediocre coaching staffs. You know, he's had coaching staff and organizations that they were not on the same page, and he's still been successful.
What
You
do you
know,
consider successful?
I mean, you know, when I say, I don't know if he made it to the playoffs and stuff like that.
He's in one of
I
the
would say
worst
that.
divisions in football. He should make
I
the
don't know.
playoffs.
I don't know. Cowboys be tripping sometime, and we in the worst division. So I don't
Only
know.
this year. Shut up.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
just going to the playoffs, man, is still a big feat, and he's taking teams to the playoffs, regardless of the division or not. He's taking. He's gone. Tom Brady been in some horrible divisions too,
I
but he won
haven't seen
championships.
anything in his repertoire that tells me he would be as successful as Patrick Mahomes if he had those weapons. He's had weapons.
When he had
Okay?
weapons, he did his
He had weapons.
win.
What do you mean? He hasn't had the best weapons in the league, but everybody can't have the best weapons, but he had weapons. He had, what's the nigga name that went to Arizona?
Okay.
You gotta go?
Yeah.
They telling you to get out?
They were saying they finna close.
How long you got?
I don't know. I'm the only one here.
They done
Everybody
turned the
out.
TV off and everything.
Yeah.
Ask them how long you got.
How long we got?
We could wrap this up soon. We gotta talk about the Super Bowl because it's coming up this week.
All right, come on.
Super Bowl, who you got?
Mahomes, man, this is like the best thing since sliced bread, man. If Tom Brady wins, though, I will be like ecstatic, just like one of the best, you know, like a basketball, like somebody stamping their resume. It's like, damn, he took down Drew Brees, he took down Aaron Rodgers,
Aaron
and he
Rodgers.
took down Patrick Mahomes. It's like, oh man, and he old as fuck. You got to give him his props if he does that.
Yeah, especially considering that their team, they're not playing well. They're not playing great. Tom Brady's not playing. He didn't play great in that championship game.
Yeah,
He really didn't. So if he wins this game, I think Aaron Rodgers is better than him as a quarterback, but I can no longer argue with people about that anymore if he wins this game.
No, because you got to win. I don't care how good
Yeah.
you're talented. Like, it's like saying somebody talented. I like saying Kyrie good, but Steph Curry gets it done.
Yeah.
So we can't compare them two. That's how we look at it when you talk about this. Like, oh yeah, he's good. Aaron Rodgers talented. He's this, he's that. Oh man, but shit, Tom Brady gets it done.
So it seems like the majority of the people are betting on the Chiefs. They just had a COVID scare. Their barber had COVID. Luckily, he only had cut 2 heads at the time, and they got him the fuck up out of there. So anybody that's positive for COVID is out officially of the Super Bowl from
Wow.
here on out.
They gonna lie about that anyway.
I think
Just
they
like they
not
got
gonna let
Pat
us
Mahomes.
know Patrick Mahomes or
You
Tom Brady got COVID,
you
nigga.
see he
I don't
got
give a
through that.
fuck what
You
nobody
see Pat
says.
Mahomes got through that concussion protocol.
He was going
Nobody
to anyway.
but nobody gets through it that quick. Think
Yeah,
about
they
it.
do. It's
Who?
up to you. It's up to you.
Oh, it's up to you. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you can say, you know what, I need an extra week. You can do that. You can. But he knew he needed to play. He knew he wasn't finna fuck around with that. I got the Chiefs win the game too, and quite simply because they have the better quarterback, they have the better weapons. As far as I'm concerned, they have a better coach also. I'm gonna give Andy Reid his flowers. Go ahead, you know what I'm saying? Show him some respect, show him some love. Um, he's doing his thing. Everything's clicking. They're doing everything right. It seems like they're having a good time. I want it to be a good game. I really do, but I don't think it will be because the Bucks always start off super slow. They start off really, really slow. And if you let the Chiefs get ahead of you, and then Tom Brady got to sit in that pocket and throw that ball, that he's made of paper mache now.
I don't know. But they defense good though. The defense can make some plays and get lucky.
Your defense is only going to be an asset to you if you're in the lead. If you're not, what they gonna do?
We're gonna see. I think it could be a good game, but I really got the Chiefs winning. So I got the Chiefs winning.
Yeah, me too. Well, we're gonna get out of here because I know you gotta go. Damn, there was some questions. Hold on let me see. Is there anything going to die? What? See, this why I gotta block some of y'all. Anyways, we're not answering any of those questions. But yes, hustle. Thanks for coming on in.
Man,
Thanks for coming on in, man.
you know what it is. We got to do it more. You
Yes.
need. Yeah, man. Let's make it happen. I'm in LA
I don't
now.
be scheduling because you be bullshitting just like you did
Okay.
tonight.
Well, I'm gonna
You be
set the schedule and
bullshitting.
I'm gonna send it to you then,
Yeah,
and we're gonna go from there.
set the tone, my nigga. We go live.
All
I'm
right.
ready whenever.
All right. I got you then. Let's make it happen.
All right, y'all.
All right. Peace.
Stay black, y'all. We out of here.
Yeah.
Peace.